In this lesson, we're going to take a little break from creating our project to organize our project panel. Okay, so I'm going to move over here to my project panel. And what I'm about to show you could save you a lot of time in the future when you're trying to find certain files in your project panel. And if you're ever working on a team of motion designers that need to share files, you're definitely going to make someone else's day easier too. Now, normally I would take the time to do this organization right at the beginning of my project, but we didn't do that for this course simply because I wanted you to see how many files can build up over here in the project panel and how unorganized it can quickly become. So my favorite method for creating organization here is simply to create folders. So what I usually like to do is create a folder based on the file type. So I'll have a folder for compositions, and then sometimes if I have lots of folders, I might even have a folder for Illustrator files. But in this case, we don't have quite so many Illustrator files as compared to PSD files that we can't just have a folder called graphics that we could keep all of our graphics in. So let's go ahead and start creating some of those now. I want to go ahead and create a new folder. So to do that, it's going to be much the same way that we open up that context menu in the project panel by right-clicking in the open area. But now we don't have any open area here at the bottom of that column. So the way you get to an open area is simply this tiny little area here to the left of the icons. So I can click anywhere in there and it's going to give me that context menu. Go ahead and click New Folder, and we'll just go ahead and rename that to be graphics. And now we have an individual folder called graphics, and I'm going to go ahead and now and just drop all of the graphics into that folder. So I want to select all of those, and I'm just going to select that one, and then I'll hold Control to add the rest of those graphics to my selection. And I'm just going to do the ones that I can see here for now. We'll drag that into the graphics folder, and already you can tell that that looks much better, a lot more organized. So I'll go ahead and do this for these last two. Put those in the graphics folder as well. Now, whenever we imported those snowflake layers for the snowflakes composition, you'll notice that that imported its own folder, which really is just a subfolder to our graphics folder because it has graphics stored in it as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab that snowflakes layers folder and drop that into my graphics folder. And you'll see that After Effects actually created a folder for itself as well for all of the solids that we've created and nulls that we've created so far. So that automatically, whenever you create any of those, is going to be stored in that solids folder. So that's just good to know if you're ever needing to edit the colors of any of those. Sometimes you want to do it through this folder. Okay, so we have a couple more folders to create. I want to definitely create one for my compositions because I have lots of compositions created. And then we'll make one more for footage that we can put this little PNG sequence in. So we'll go ahead now and right click down here to create one more folder, and we'll call this compositions. And then we'll create one more for footage. And then I'm just going to grab all my compositions and we'll put those in the compositions folder, and also put those PNG files, which are in a sequence, into the footage folder. So now we've really cleaned up the way that this project panel looks. It's going to be a lot easier to find any individual files that you might need, just based on what the file type is. So now if I drop down in any of those, you can see that they're much better organized and easier to find things. So in this lesson, we learned how to organize our project panel using folders and arranging our files by file type.